With the addition of F-4 Phantom II, it is only natural that there will be more similar aircraft being added to the game. MiG-21 is one of them. This aircraft is a single-seat supersonic jet fighter and interceptor, designed by the Mikoyan-Gurevich Design Bureau in the Soviet Union and put into service in 1959, only a few months before the F-4 Phantom II. Soviets named the aircraft Balalaika, according to popular musical instrument. NATO and the US military were much less prosaic, they called it a fishbed, which you have probably already heard in the past. The aircraft's main advantage was its weight, only slightly above 8 tons, making it 40% lighter than the Phantom. It was capable of achieving Mach 2, more specifically around 2,200 km per hour, with a relatively low-powered single afterburning turbojet engine, making it more comparable to American Lockheed F-104 Starfighter. Like many aircraft designed as interceptors, the MiG-21 had a short range, mostly caused by the poor placement of the internal fuel tanks. As the internal fuel was consumed, the center of gravity would shift to rear. This had the effect of making the plane unstable to the point of being difficult to control, resulting in an endurance of only 45 minutes in the air. The delta wing, very notable part of the aircraft, was an excellent feature for a fast-climbing interceptor, but it had its downsides too. Any form of turning during the combat led to a rapid loss of speed, making it a born boom-and-zoom fighter, and absolutely terrible for any turn fights. Compared to F-4, it has much poorer loadout options, being able to carry only 2,000 kg of bombs, or pylons with 32 57mm rockets. The cannon, while very powerful, had also quite poor ammo capacity of only 60 rounds per gun. Due to mass production, the aircraft was very cheap. The MiG-21 MF, for example, was cheaper than the armored personnel carrier BMP-1, making it cheaper than the F-4 Phantom II. The aircraft was very successful, even during the Vietnam War, only 6 years after its introduction. When confronted with the much heavier F-4, the MiG was often very successful and began to collect aerial achievements. Over the course of the war in Vietnam, each side of the conflict would ultimately claim favorable kill ratios. The Fishbed was eventually replaced by the newer MiG-23 and MiG-27 with variable geometry wings, for ground support duties. However, as an interceptor and aerial dogfighter, the Soviet Union kept the 21 up until MiG-29 was introduced much later. The 21 series was used by more than 60 countries, spanning 4 continents, and it is still being used until today. It is the most produced supersonic jet aircraft in aviation history, with over 11,000 built. We will see this aircraft in the skies very soon, together with the Chengdu J-7 in Chinese Tech Tree, which is basically a license-built MiG-21 with some aerodynamic improvements and 2 cannons. That's it for today. Thanks for sticking with me, stay simple, and stay in touch.